Now we're going to put the bias tape on. So I pinned it at the beginning, but you're going to see I'm not going to pin anymore. I'm just going to go on and take it all the way around. So it says 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. So for me, that's very close to the edge of my pressure foot. Not close to the edge of the pressure foot, but not all the way over either. Every machine's a little different. Okay. So a lot of people ask me that when I'm doing this, like, how do I move the fabric or so on? I keep the bias tape itself straight and I move the fabric. So, because it's curved. So I keep this straight and underneath I slowly straighten the fabric up underneath it. That's why I don't pin, because it's like a hand motion thing that I've just become accustomed to doing. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is cut off the excess. Okay, voila, it's on. We're not done yet. So now you get to work some magic. Now you're going to turn it and then turn it over again. So it looks like that on the inside, and it looks like that on the outside. So because this is going to be a top stitch, I'm going to do this with a different color thread so it matches. I don't want to see that. Now this stay stitch down there that you see, that black thread right now, I'm going to be tearing that out later anyway. So that I don't have to worry about. Is the top stitch on this piece here that I'm going to worry about. So I'm going to need to get myself some matching thread. So like a light blue or a pale yellow would be great. I was looking in my little cubby to see if I saw my things. Okay, so just going to take it and iron it down. Thank you, madam. Take it and you just press it all the way around. Okay? Press it down. All the way around. Just keep pressing it down. Okay? Just open it up and press it down. Now if you see some of the extra raw edges exposed or anything like that, just trim it so you don't see any of it. It does say to cut back and whatever, but I find that when it's 3/8 of an inch of a seam allowance is not much. So if you're going to cut back, it's not going to be much to cut back. Okay, so it's going to look like that when we're finished. Okay, so leave that there, and I like to press it nice and down and iron it so that way when I do my top stitch, it's not showing up. Whoopsie. See, that's why I always turn my iron off, because when I reach over, I might grab something. So I already have yellow in my bobbin, so that's great. I haven't threaded this machine all day, and I've been on a different machine, and I had amnesia for about 2 seconds. I was like, how do I thread it again? No, Lordy, help me. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do that top stitch. I like to do it from the front, the main piece up. Okay, as close as you possibly can to the edge of the fabric, okay? And down, and I like to make my stitch length a little bit longer. Makes it look nice and professional. Professional. There's just some words I can't say. Like I can, but then when I'm saying them fast, it's like, what'd you say? There we go. Look at that pretty neckline. It's so cute. All those black stitches will be coming up. Don't worry about those. Okay. You'll see when the cleanup happens, I'll clean all that stuff up. Okay. So it's nice and pretty and it's stitched. So now what we're going to do is we are going to do our side seam and then we're going to do our armhole. Okay. So it tells you on step 6 to stitch the bodice side pieces together and then do the armhole and then the stitching. I'm going to tell you something. I personally do my facing on my armholes before I do my side seams because it's all flat instead of trying to do it in a hole, in like a little circle motion. It's just easier for me. Okay? So it's the same way we just did the other one, the neckline. Okay? It's the same exact way. Put it on there. Stitch it and keep it going. Okay. The only difference is I leave some of the seam allowance before. I don't try to do too much in there. Okay. Because then it gets bulky up underneath the sleeve. Okay. These are the types of things that they don't tell you in the pattern. They really don't. They don't tell you, hey, you can do this as a flat construction. You don't have to suffer. It's like you can if you want to. But me personally, I like this way better. Just like inserting a sleeve. I'd rather do flat construction any day than do the whole circular thing. It's just not my cup of tea. Okay, so now we take it and fold it back. Okay, fold it back. Iron it down, fold it back. This puppy gets hot. My little puppy gets hot. Watch your fingers. It's like I'm running away. Shh, 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 shh. Just a little bit. Right there. Okay, and keep it going. Bam. There it is. I was like, I know it's somewhere around here. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and stitch that down all the way around, and then your armhole is done. You got one armhole to do, and then that's it. It's that easy, guys. It's not hard. I promise. These little tricks of the trade. Shh, it's a secret. Don't tell anybody. So we're going to do the same thing with the other armhole. We're going to put that piece. I'm always losing stuff. Oh, here it is. Okay. The other piece, we're doing the same exact thing. Look at that armhole. Beautiful, baby. Beautiful. Look at that. Pretty, 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 pretty. Okay, so next one. Same exact way. Pretty side up. start with one side, go up to the other side, do the same thing. Snip, snip. Snip the excess. Take it and fold it back. Snip any excess on this side. Ooh, that air conditioning is hitting me straight on. It's like, seriously? That thing gets cold. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Seam here. There we go. My assistant's telling me she's gotta go. Go, go, go. Gotta go, go. Gotta go, go. Gotta get. Power, pink power, whatever that song was. Black Eyed Peas song. Okay. Alright. Doesn't like you when I lift it up too fast. So there is the inside, there's the outside. Perfect. Now we're just gonna get our side seams together. Okay, and then stitch it down. Now this one is at 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, okay? So 5/8 of an inch seam allowance all the way down. Okay. There's that one. Now we're going to do this one. Okay. Just to let you know, because you do put the bias in first before you close the side seams, it does get a little bit more bulky in there under the arm, so you do have to trim it back. But I think it's worth it, so you don't pull your hair out. You're not having to pull your hair out when it comes to going around that circle trying to fit it into the machine and stuff. Everybody has their preference, okay? So then now we got our side and our side. Look at that, it's so pretty. So that's our side seam, and like I said, it will get bulky right here, so you do have to like open it up, right? A little bit, and then what I like to do is just kind of like tack it down a little bit so it doesn't keep going the wrong direction, okay? So at the seam, I'm going to press it open, okay? Press that seam open. So if you have a serger, I do have a serger, but I'm not using it today, okay? I'm doing that on purpose, so that way everything that it tells me to do on the machine, on the instructions, is what I'm doing. So if I'm doing is if I have no serger, I have no other specialty equipment, I'm doing this straight up, just like you guys would do at home, okay? Okay. Snip off my extra threads. Okay. There we go. Nice and pretty. Look at that. It's gorgeous. It's right there. Okay, so that's nice and pressed. Everything's nice and pressed thus far. Okay, so there is our top piece. Our bodice piece is coming along perfect. So now it tells us to start working understitch, yada yada yada. Okay, so now we're doing the stay stitching with our bodice, with our peplum, and then we're doing the side seams of our peplum, attaching it to this, and then we'll put our zipper on. Okay, that's easily done. Okay. So for the stay stitch, it says to come in this direction and then come this direction. Okay? So I'm making my stitch length as high as possible again. This is 1/4 of an inch away from the edge of the fabric. 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay? Take it. Stay stitch on the other side. Okay, and do the same thing on the other side. Okay. From the side to the middle is what it said. Okay? So we have all of our pieces stay stitched. Now we're going to do our side seams. So this is where it's important to know pretty sides and wrong sides. Okay? Pretty sides and bad side. So right now, get this bad boy out of the way. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to see that this is the pretty side.